Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Aquaponics World. And today I am going to be starting a new system for outside of the fish tank. And of course I'm still going to be using the dirty fish water for the nitrogen. I think I will be adding some other nutrients and some grow lights to this. But this is what I picked up. We got a air pump, says it's good for 80 gallons. Figured I'd overkill it with power. Got a couple of hoses, some air hoses, and a couple of new bubblers I'm trying out. And it's so funny, I got these bubblers because yesterday my bubblers stopped working, and I mean they bubble really well, but the thing is that they don't sit on the bottom at all, and they're super heavy. It's just that the hose is pulling them up, so I really don't like that, but I think they might sit a little bit better on the bottom of this little tank. And total was $87. Seriously, $87 for a little fish tank and some bubblers and some air hoses. But this is what I've been wanting to do. I was using the plastic totes, but I realized those plastic totes are a little bit too big for what I want and unnecessary. In fact, I probably won't even use all of this. I just got nasty glue just sticking out. That's really great glue job, guys. I guess I'm gonna rinse this out real quick and put a little bit of water in here. I'm gonna have to unplug my little potpourri thing here because I just got this cool little potpourri thing. It burns my patchouli oil with some water, but running out of plug space here. So I got my other bubblers plugged in. I got my pump plugged in. I do have one more space. It looks like I actually already had an air bubbler. That was a waste of money. Anyway, so yeah, this will be to plug this guy in, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got everything set up. These are the two little bubblers that I found that I kind of like, and they do sit a lot better on the bottom in this tank than they do in the big tank. In the big tank, I'm having an issue with them kind of lifting up off the ground, but in here I got the hoses set up just right so that they're not trying to pull up on it. I probably just need to set up the hoses a little bit better in there. I don't know. Anyways, this is a lot easier because it's a lot less water. So I got the bubblers in there. So I basically have like bubbles going across the whole surface of the water, utilizing all of the space that I have to produce air for the plants. Got the bubbler here plugged in. Obviously got my grow lights plugged in here. Got some fertilizer here. And we're just gonna go with, right now I don't have any dirty fish water in there. I am gonna have to do a little bit of research on you know, how much dirty fish water I can use and what it will replace in this. There's a lot of people doing aquaponics and they're saving a lot of money on fertilizer by using the dirty fish water, but for right now we're just gonna go with hydroponics and see if I can get these a couple of these squash doing a little bit better than in just dirty fish water, because obviously the dirty fish water isn't going to produce the fertilizer that I want. I mean, it is keeping the plants alive, but I want good squash. I want to eat the squash and have them taste good. I want to grow big summer squashes. So right now I'm just gonna with these, they have instructions for how much to add based on what grow cycle you're in. So you could be in a cutting and seedling stage, a general purpose, mild vegetation, an aggressive vegetation growth, transition to bloom, and blooming and ripening. So they have different amounts for each one of these 3 chemicals based on where you're at in your growing cycle. So I like that. And so of course I'm doing basically cuttings and seedlings. And so this is teaspoons to gallons. They also have milliliters to 100 liters, which I appreciate that they did English and whatever the rest of the world's measurements. So teaspoons to gallons, teaspoons to gallons. So we got a 1/4 teaspoon per gallon. I don't know how much water is in this right now. It's probably less than a gallon. I would say I should probably get a gallon jug from here on out and just add a gallon of water. But I'm gonna say it's pretty close to a gallon, maybe a half a gallon. So I'll probably use like 1/8 of a teaspoon of the green one, 1/8 of a teaspoon of the purple one, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of the pink one. And I'll do water changes once a week. And that way I'm keeping a fresh supply of fertilizer in there. Don't know if it has instructions on that. But that's my plan, and we'll see if we can grow some indoor squash. So I'm just gonna add these fertilizers to the water, and then be right back. I'm gonna add some of the plants, and I'll show you the plants in there in just a second. So I just wanted to show you guys, this is a 1/4 teaspoon right here, and it's such a small amount of fertilizer that I think this is gonna be a great process of using just the smallest amount possible of fertilizer and just the smallest amount of water and everything for this. So I'm just gonna put one of each of the 3 chemicals in there. That was the green one, and I'm going to put the same amount of this one and the same amount of that one. So because they're in the seedling stage, they don't require much nutrients. They'll require a little bit more as they grow, but and different different amounts per. So like you know, once you get into the aggressive vegetative stage, you know, you're going to be adding more of the green one than the purple or the pink one, right? So, you know, the pink one will be for is the flora bloom, and so anyway, you know, as you get into the blooming and ripening, you're going to be using more of the pink one and less of the purple and green one. So there's different stages of growth, which that's what I like about this, is because it's based on what the plant requires at the time, and how it's got good instructions on how much it needs of each. I'm gonna go ahead and add a 1/4 teaspoon of each one of these in there too. Okay, so I just put a couple of the plants in there for right now, see what it does, and see how they like it in there. I really don't think I like the, you know, somebody told me to keep the netting on the seed pods or whatever they are, and I really don't think that I like the idea of keeping the netting on the seed pods, because it seems to me like that netting is trapping the roots. So, you know, sometimes I listen to people and check to see if it works, and this was easier to get the seeds started because I didn't lose as much of the soil, and so all the growth media that they needed to start growing was better. I think I would rather just go with rock wool, but for right now we're just going to leave that netting on there so that I don't hurt the roots, and hopefully the roots will eventually grow through the netting. I don't see how they could. It's just a really thick netting that goes around that peat moss. But there we go, there we have it. We got the grow light, we got some squash seedlings. They are completely used to growing in the completely submerged in the water. The only difference is now that they're getting a little bit more air I have a little extra space here for the air, but as you can see, I'm using the minimal amount of water, the minimal amount of fertilizer, and as the roots grow, they can take up this entire space. And that's the difference between those mesh cups that people use for hydroponics and this system, is that I'm not trapping the roots into a little mesh cup. I don't see any purpose for the clay pellets. I don't see any purpose for that at all, except for maybe it would affect the pH balance. But there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoy watching. Like and subscribe, follow, hit the notification bell to see how these baby squash turn out, to see if we get some giant squash sitting on my table. Hopefully I'll have this giant squash just coming growing out of here and sitting on the table by the end of this. But we'll see. This is the first time I've done it like this. I've used the totes. I've tried hanging the plants from the ceiling. I've tried a few different methods. I've tried taking it outdoors. The best luck I've had is with the original system that everybody else uses, which is the 5-gallon bucket. The only difference was that I didn't use the mesh cup, and that 5-gallon bucket filled up with roots. So it was really a neat project that I did on that one. But we'll see what happens. And feel free to comment, save your trolling and hating for me, please, because I'll just delete it. Your troll will not last on my comment section very long, but feel free to comment anything you'd like. And thanks again for watching. You guys have a great day. Bye.